Hi everyone, in this interview I'm talking with Stephen Music, CEO and founder of the Celeste Art Prize. Just as an aside, we lost video feed from my end from this interview and had a few quality issues with sound and picture, but nevertheless it's a really interesting interview I thought. So we're going to go with this take and we'll start with the first question. Which is, hi Stephen, how are you?
Yes, hi Martin. Hi everyone.
What is the Celeste Prize and what makes it different to other prizes?
It's an international prize and it's open to any artist at any age. There's no problem of age or experience. And over the years, it's been concentrating mainly on emerging and mid-career artists. And the prize has been around, this is the 8th edition this year, and it's basically supported by an online community which is called Celeste Network. But maybe... Okay, well, Celeste Network was founded as a community network, let's say just a year before the Celeste Prize began. It was basically born out of the activity of the Italian prize, which was called Premio Celeste. So we have we were born as an Italian prize since we're based here in Italy, and then slowly it became more international. And as we gathered the content from the Italian prize, which fortunately for us, given the premises that I described earlier, was fairly successful, we suddenly had a lot of content from artists on our database, but we didn't actually have a good way of showing it. So the community that is Celeste Network, and therefore personal pages, events, projects, contacts, blogs, all this was born out of the necessity to show in a better way the works of those artists that had participated to the Italian prize in the years preceding the beginning of the international prize, which was 2006. So it's now become a fundamental part of the platform of the prize because it enables us to show much more of any participating artist's work. So we invite them to put more content, more text, more works, more videos in their profile pages so that the curators who are trying to follow their work to understand if this is an artist that they're interested in and maybe select, and of course anyone else who chooses to visit the network to find out about artists can do so in an interesting and hopefully up-to-date manner. So we work a lot on the network as a means of supporting the prize.
Tell us a little bit about you, the jurors and I think you've got a head curator or a head juror.
Yeah. I mean, we've toyed with, yes, there's a chief juror, we call him or her every year, and we have toyed with the idea of just having a jury without a chief juror. But in the end, for the various stages of selection, particularly because there's only a limited number of spaces in the final for artists, there are 55 spaces, and we guarantee in each category 10 places. Attention to that. It's very important for us to choose top jurors. In fact, this year, Ellen Blumenstein directs the Kunstwerke, which is the Contemporary Art Institute in Berlin, which is a very prestigious post, and we're very happy to have her on board as our chief juror. And what happens with her, but mainly with her input, we form the jury every year. And this year, we have maybe a particularly strong kind of Eurocentric jury, whilst last year we had Koyo Kuo from Cameroon, who's had a lot of experience as a curator all over the world. And for example, last year we had a more kind of transcontinental spread of jurors. We're looking for emerging mid-career artists, and sometimes well-known artists have been invited to the final or have actually won, but it's not really the case. I mean, the winners, and certainly most of the finalists, are artists that maybe have got gallery representation, maybe, with 5 or 6 years experience, or maybe not. Maybe, that we have a super young section this year, so there's some very young artists as well in their own given section, so they'll be guaranteed a place in the final. So I would say, rather than well-known names that could maybe publicize the prize, let's say, as the years go forward, I would talk about interesting artists who come through this very particular selection system, and then maybe in the following years after the prize, affirm themselves, say, in the market or in the gallery world or with curators. So we have quite a few finalists that are making that slow progression, and that's where I'd like to focus attention on. We also work with galleries. We've got benefits. There's not only prize money available, but there's also benefits in galleries. We have spaces in fairs that participating artists might be invited to after the final. We have special connections with 2 community websites where artists can maybe get known. This year we're collaborating with an Indian festival where there'll be a new video art section. So anyone who's participating in the video section might be chosen for our kind of time day with in the Indian Film Festival here in Florence. So, you know, this is a well-known festival. It's been going for 16 years. And there's some very well-known Indian film directors, artists have participated in the past. So we're always trying to kind of mix benefits as well, with the hope that artists will make more connections and find more space for their work.
Right.
Well, okay, the final this year will be in the Oxo Tower, which is just on the south side of the Thames in central London, in an area of the tower called the Barge House. And we have close to 1,000 square meters of space there for the final. It will be during the Art Attack Week in London, where there will be a number of other events going on here and there around the city. So we hope also to bring attention to our Celeste Prize final during that event. And the dates are 7th to the 9th of October. And of course, we'll be working with the city's press, art press in particular, to try and bring attention to that. And there'll be 55 finalists amongst works and projects presented. So there'll be a lot of artwork to follow and to see. And hopefully, we're going to get most of the jurors over. They're obviously all invited by us, and obviously we pay their way there. So I anticipate there to be a good crowd of curators that the artists can meet, that we provide through our jury. But obviously we would like collectors and gallerists from the city also to show an interest. And I think there's a good chance that we will, because we've already been in London 2 years. I think in the second and the third editions we were in London. So we have a reasonably good kind of standing there.
Okay.
So yes, I'm looking forward to it. You've got to sign up, so you basically register a page, and we have 70,000 plus members who have their own page with their own work. Maybe they're also uploading their events, but basically it's free, and you can upload up to 50 works free. And then after that, if you want to upload much more, then we have what we call a premium membership, right, which gives you some advantages. For example, more space. But basically, it's free. What happens then, once you've uploaded any of your works or any text, you just choose either to move that work into what we call the prize section, or if you haven't uploaded it yet in the free area, you go into the prize area and you upload the very same work there. And then as you're uploading it, you'll be asked to pay for the entry fee and obviously confirm the work and all the details, the statement that you wish to accompany to the work, confirm it. And then it goes online in a very specific area, which is the area where the works that are participating in the prize are seen.
Thanks very much for your time. It's been an absolute delight speaking to you. And to all the artists out there, especially in Australia and anyone listening, get your entries in, join up, get your entries in and join this great bandwagon.
Thank you, Martin. That's
Thanks,
great.
Steve.
Thank you for giving me the time.
Thanks.
All the best.